They called me a money bag. I proved I was a vault, but they never had the combination to begin with. Later that evening, I overheard my mother-in-law on the phone in her room. Yes, I'm telling you, she said in our language, laughing. She actually thought her mother was coming. Can you imagine? My son would never disrespect me like that. I froze outside the door, holding a basket of laundry. The girl is a fool, she continued. She doesn't even know what's really happening. She thinks this is a real marriage. She cackled loudly. Yes, Rose is doing well. The children ask about their father every day. Don't worry, he sends good money every month, all from this foolish woman's pocket. I felt the floor shift beneath me. She sold everything, 17 plots of land, and brought my son here like a queen sponsoring a king. If only she knew she's just a walking bank account, a UK visa in human form. The woman on the other end said something I couldn't hear. Of course she doesn't know about Rose, my mother-in-law said. She thinks she's the only wife. Can you imagine? My knees weakened. That's why I came, she continued, her voice turning serious. To make sure my son doesn't forget the plan. These foreign countries can make a man soft, make him forget his real family. I came to remind him she's temporary, just a means to an end. Once he gets his permanent residence, and he will, because she's stupid enough to keep sponsoring him, we'll slowly push her out. Maybe he'll divorce her, or we'll just make her life so miserable she leaves on her own. Either way, once he has his papers, he can bring Rose and the boys here, his real family. She laughed again. The beauty of it? She pays for everything, everything. The house is in her name, yes, but once he has permanent residence, UK law gives him rights. He can claim half of everything, and she'll be left with nothing, just like she deserves for thinking she could trap my son. My whole body was shaking now, not from fear, from rage, from devastation, from the shattering of every illusion I'd held on to. She thinks she's setting boundaries now? My mother-in-law scoffed. Talking back to me? Refusing to serve me? Let her. It doesn't matter. She's already lost. She just doesn't know it yet. My son is just playing along, waiting for his papers. He doesn't love her. How could he? Rose is the one he loves. Rose is the one he chose. This one? She's just the price he had to pay for a better life. And soon she'll realize she was never a wife. The call ended with more laughter. I stood in that hallway and I felt my entire world crumble. Every kiss, every I love you. Every moment I thought we were building something real. Les! I wasn't his wife. I was his sponsor, his bank account, his ticket to a better life. And somewhere in Nigeria, his real wife, Rose, was raising his real children with my money. I walked back to my bedroom like a ghost. My husband was in bed, scrolling through his phone, probably texting her. You okay, baby? He asked, not even looking up. Baby. He called me baby, the same word he probably used with her. I'm fine, I said. But I wasn't fine. I was shattered into a million pieces. That night I didn't sleep. I lay there next to a man I thought I knew, realizing I'd been sleeping next to a stranger, a liar, a user. Everything made sense now. Why he'd been so eager to get me pregnant before marriage, to trap me, to make sure I'd bring him to the UK. Why his family had always treated me like dirt, because to them, I was just a tool. Why he'd always had his phone on silent, always stepping outside to take calls. Why he'd been so quick to agree to come to the UK, so willing to let me sell everything. Why he'd never truly defended me against his mother, because the plan required me to be beaten down, to be controllable. I had been played from the very beginning, and like a fool I had sacrificed everything. As soon as he slept, I got to work on the War Ahead first call. My mother, Mama, please, I need you to listen without interrupting, I said, my voice eerily calm. I told her everything I'd overheard, every word. There was a long, terrible silence. Then my mother spoke, her voice colder than I'd ever heard it. That bastard, that family of bastards. Mama, I need help. Tell me what you need. Anything. Second call. My bank. I need to freeze all joint accounts immediately. I need to open new accounts in my name only and transfer all funds. I need to know every transaction my husband has made in the last 2 years. Third call. Immigration lawyer. I need to understand, if I discover my husband committed marriage fraud, what are my options? What happens to his visa? What are the legal implications? Fourth call. Private investigator. I need everything on a woman named Rose in Nigeria, her relationship to my husband, children, marriage records, bank transfers, everything, and I need it fast. Fifth call. Divorce attorney. I need to know my rights. I need to protect my assets. I need to know how to end a marriage where fraud was involved. Sixth call. My employer. I need to return from maternity leave early. I need to secure my position and my income. By noon, I had a team assembled. By evening, I had a plan. And through it all, I played the perfect wife. Made dinner, smiled, laughed at his jokes, all while planning his destruction. My mother-in-law was delighted by my sudden change in attitude. She thought she'd broken me, thought she'd won. She had no idea the storm that was coming. Over the next 5 days, information poured in. The private investigator sent photos. Rose, beautiful, smiling, with 2 boys who looked exactly like my husband. Pictures of them together, recent pictures, pictures from last month. Bank records. My husband had been sending money to Nigeria every month, thousands of pounds, from our joint account, my money, going to his other family. The investigator found more. Marriage records. My husband had married Rose 6 years ago in Nigeria, a traditional marriage legally recognized, which meant my marriage, done 3 years ago, wasn't legal. I wasn't even really married to him. I was just sponsoring him. The immigration lawyer's words echoed in my head. If he was already married when he married you and didn't disclose it for immigration purposes, that's marriage fraud. He could be deported. His visa could be revoked immediately. My divorce attorney's advice: the house is solely in your name. He has no legal claim to it. If the marriage is fraudulent, you have grounds for immediate annulment, and you may be able to sue for the money he took under false pretenses. By day 6, I had everything I needed. On day 7, I made my move. That evening, I asked my husband and his mother to sit down. I had a special dinner prepared. What's the